Um, Playboy Max and Tae2Smooth. My take on the situation. I feel like I could speak on this a lot because I've been in Tae2Smooth shoes. I've been the fat nigga who was the butt of every joke in the group. I've been the fat nigga constantly bullied and hated on with the biggest target on my back. I've been there. I've done that. You feel me? And I just feel like I have the most qualifications to speak on it. And so my take on it is Tay is wrong. Period. You spoke illy on your man's behind his back. That's 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 ultimate L man's activity right there. I cannot defend that part. There's no excuse. Like no matter what you say, can defend that because that's just wrong. That's your man's. Whether he gave you everything or if he gave you nothing, that is supposed to be your man's. You don't do that. Okay, speaking badly. Now you making the burner to go gas yourself and all that shit. That's completely fine and understandable. There's niggas like KD who do that. Nigga, a millionaire still have to defend himself on burner accounts, bro. Like that doesn't mean nothing. Niggas who are frying you for that doesn't mean nothing. Cause their favorite players be Kevin Durant and that nigga be on burner accounts fighting for his life. Okay, so I'm not gonna score. But now, and now I do want to say this: Max has to take some accountability, and this is why I say that. Max has to take some accountability because he is the content creator, he is the streamer, and he owns the community of Five Star. And he can control the narrative. He did not want to admit that he be making Tay look some type of way. Yes, Tay does it to himself a lot of times. But Max contributes a lot to that narrative. Like, Max needed to take responsibility, and Max did. He took accountability. He apologized to Tay. He told him, "I wasn't being a good friend, and you felt like this. I'm sorry I didn't make you feel like comfortable to come talk to me." All that shit. Max did his part in taking accountability and apologizing for that. Everybody else who's commenting on the situation, calling Tay a gaslighter and manipulator, I don't agree with, because how are y'all gonna ask him to come in the call, ask him to explain why he did it, why pick his brain, try to figure it out, then say he's playing victim? I hate when people do that. Like you will ask a person, "Why did you do this?" Like why, and then when they explain it, now they're playing victim. Nigga, you asked why. He felt like he was so bullied, he was so hated that he couldn't express himself at all. And I would understand that because when you're supposed to be talking to your mans, you're telling your mans you could have just came and talked to me, bro. But then when the cams turn on and hop on the internet, you're acting just like your chat. It's Tay hate, Tay slander. Yeah, he would do good things for him, make hella opportunities for Tay, but ultimately Tay kind of had to make a choice of his pride and dignity or opportunities to chase his dream, because that's what Max was giving him. Max was giving him mad opportunities aside from their friendship. Max was giving him mad opportunities to achieve goals and chase dreams, but at the cost is gonna be his pride and dignity because the chat bullies him so much, and people will be like, Max, like Max can control the narrative more than he was willing to admit, because all he has to do when shit happens with Tay and he's embarrassing himself or he's online, you know what I'm saying, doing crazy shit, don't don't feed into it. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know about it. You talk to him behind the scenes. Don't bring it on stream. Don't react to it. I understand they spam it in your com. They make fun of it. Tell your mods to tee up. Tell mods to get it out the com. When it comes on stream, if it's in front of your face, don't react to it and feed into it. Be like, bro, Tay is such a weirdo. He's a loser. He's this, that, and the third. Because now they're going to think, nigga, your impressionable ass audience, who's literally from the ages of 13 to 18, they look up to you. They want to do what you do. So they see their favorite streamer making fun of this nigga, you know what I'm saying, laughing at him, calling him a lame, a loser. They're going to think it's okay to do the same. They're going to think it's okay. So don't do that. Like, that's supposed to be your man's and you care about his image, then why are you feeding into the narrative of how he is and he's a loser and he's fat and making jokes? Poking fun at him every now and again is fine. That's what bro shit do. But Tay was more than just poke fun every now and again. He was dead there punching bag. Like all the time, constantly. Like it didn't stop. And then niggas like D-Lu and Silky try to compare their hate that they got. Bro, D-Lu got hate for 2 streams, gang. He got hate for 2 streams, and then he was loved after that when he came back. Silky was getting all types of hate when he first joined FaZe, but then he has his own community that loves him, so it balances out. The hate that he gets from FaZe community was different because when he goes to his own chat and his own stream and his own Twitter com, they love him. So it balances out. Tay didn't have no love to balance it. It was just straight hate negativity. Niggas would come to his stream while he was minding his own business and hate watch. He was in a whole different community, a whole different side of the internet and J Cinco shit, and niggas would come from 5-star just to Tay shit just to hate on him. I don't like that's some crazy shit. Like and like I said, Tay is wrong still for what he said on the tweet, speaking illy about his mans, regardless, point blank period. That part we cannot take away from the situation. That part I'm not giving him an excuse for. But I'm saying I understand why he felt like he couldn't come to Max. I understand why he felt like he had to make a burner. Do I understand why he felt like he should have talked illy about them, ill about his bands? No, I don't understand that part. Venting, you know what I'm saying? Feel like you're being heard without being judged, because if he's 100% right, if Tay was to say the things he said out loud as himself, he would get very much hated on. And so, yeah, I just feel like people need to take an accountability that I'm not saying Max was a bad friend. I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, he intentionally did this. I don't know his mindset behind things, but Max, like he admitted and even apologized to Tay for in the Discord call, Max should have been more aware and talking to his mans like, yo, like, how are you doing mentally? Like, I know shit like this can be a lot. Because a lot of niggas, the type of hate Tay got, niggas would have off themselves first year in this shit. Tay was dealing with it for 3 years, bro. The constant punching bag of the group. And again, a lot of shit he would do to himself, but Max would throw fuel onto the fire by pulling it up on stream, reacting to it, making fun of him for doing it. And instead of directly going to fix it and genuinely trying to talk to him behind the scenes and shit, he'd bring it on stream and he'd make content out of it. And I understand that's the name of the game. You're a creator, it's a content creator. But it's like, at what point does it become your man's first before your content? Like, your man's mental health before the content. You feel me? And I understand, but I believe Tay when he said that he's been talked to the group, he's been talked to Baddie Hub and told them how he felt about the shit. I believe Tay. You know what I'm saying? And I 100% believe that they brushed him off and they continue to do it. Max had more control of the situation than he realized. And yeah, that's just my take on it. Tay's wrong. Max is wrong too, to a certain extent. They both apologize. Max cutting Tay off is not wrong by any means. Tay, that is a rightful cutoff. That is an understandable cutoff. And now afterwards, the things Tay started saying on the streams and shit, I feel like Tay is just really bad at articulating himself. I feel like Tay is really bad at controlling his emotion, how he says. And genuinely, I'm not saying this to troll. A lot of other niggas been trying to say this to make content out of the situation. Been trying to, he needs help, he's such a weirdo, he's such a loser. No. I'm saying this as a person who truly understands what Tae2Smooth has been through. You need to talk to somebody. Like, you need to talk to a therapist, my nigga. I, for real, fuck with Tay. Like, I don't think he's a bad person. I think he had true intentions and love in his heart for 5-star and Max, and I think he just carried himself wrongly and poorly in this situation, because exactly, people was like when he was in a call with other Baddie Hub and 5-star members, people was like, I don't understand, you would go so hard and fight to protect and contribute to something that you was talking shit on behind closed doors. And that's how we know that, like, it's different, because actions speak louder than words. Every single one of those people believes that. Actions speak louder than words. What he was saying on those tweets shouldn't take away necessarily what he was doing for a 5-star. The fight with Silky, the going hard, the support of Max. He meant all that shit. He supports Max. Max is 100% his brother. Max is 100% he got love for. People saying, oh, Tay's envious, Tay hates on Max, Tay hates to see Max win and succeed, that's why he did it. Where the fuck did y'all niggas get that shit from? Like, genuinely, where did that part come in at? Where did, in any of the tweets that he say, Tay, that, where did any of the tweets did Tay say, Max doesn't deserve his spot. Tay deserves his spot more than Max. Now, he said that about other Batty Hub members, which in a way was true because Tay puts in way more work than anybody else in Batty Hub except for Sauce. Him and Sauce are the only two consistent niggas. Him, Sauce, and Screek. You know what I'm saying? I'm like what he said about Wayne and Gauze wasn't true. Was not true. And multiple people have said he said those things to their face. So therefore, that tweet isn't that big of a deal to me. But when Tay was like, oh, why not give it to Tay? He deserves it the most out of everybody. Da 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 da. Yeah, he was putting him down, but at the same time, he was saying true shit, and from what everybody's saying, it's not shit that he hasn't already said to their face. But I don't know where people are getting that Tay is envious and wants Max's spot. That's why, you know what I mean, he hates on Max. He never hated on Max. He said things that Max should do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? He critiqued Max's content. Which, as his mans, if you feel like you should have that, you should have just went to go talk to him about that. But again, I understand you felt like you owed him so much that you couldn't go and ridicule and criticize him. But at the same time, that's your mans. You know what I'm saying? But I understand that just because that's your mans does not make it easy. I know a lot of people was like, that's your mans. He should easily be able to. No, it's not that simple. As somebody who struggled to speak up at one point about his feelings to even people he cared about, I can understand why he didn't want to do it, let alone somebody who's given so much to him like Max. When he was in the mindset that he was in making these tweets, he was not in a good one. He was expressing how he felt in the moment. That did not take away from his love from 5-Star. The same way as when you into it with your girl and your girl starts saying some crazy shit she doesn't mean, and the whole time she really loves you and all this shit. Like, it's just like that. It's toxic and it's a bad way to handle his expressions. But I don't think Tay's love for Max and 5-Star was not genuine. I think that was genuine as fuck still. And I think that he just conducted his bad feelings in a wrong way, which caused people to be confused. But actions speak louder than words. If in real life, Tay's always there, Tay's always a part of the group, Tay's always supported 5-Star, Tay is always pushing for Max to be great and supporting his mans. What he says while he's mad and on a burner account tweet should not, like, I'm not saying it shouldn't mean nothing to this, but don't question that Tay's love for 5-Star. I feel like that's how I feel. He wasn't manipulating or trying to gaslight nobody. That's just genuinely how he felt in the moment. Like, he was telling niggas why he was doing what he was doing. He felt so beat up for punch bag. Everybody's like, you're trying to make people feel bad for you. No, he's just explaining why he did it, like y'all asked him to. Like, that shit was just annoying. I've been keeping up with it. You know what I'm saying? I be sending messages in Tay's chat like, yo, stay positive, stay up. Because, yes, he did a bad thing, but everybody makes mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And just do what you got to do. Grind for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You lost a friend. Shit happens. I know it's going to hurt, but keep doing you. Keep grinding. Stop speaking on the situation. Don't say nothing else about it because you will have a bad way. You're bad at talking, gang. You're bad at talking. Your words come out sounding crazy. I be knowing what you mean sometimes, but to the other people who don't like you, they're not going to care to understand what you mean. They're just going to hear what you said and take it for what you said, and now it's cooked. You feel me? So I recommend just stop talking, keep streaming, stay positive, stay in a good head place, and do your shit, boy. Tay, you feel me? Do your shit. I see you have a drive and all that. You feel me? But yeah, that's my take on the Tae2Smooth situation. I'm trying to think, is there anything left I gotta say about that? I was yapping. I was a long time talking, but I was just very passionate about this because, you know what I'm saying, I just felt like he was getting unnecessary hate from people he shouldn't even got hate from. Like, if you're not Max, you really shouldn't even be mad, to be honest. If you want me to be honest, like, even Screet and Wayne and all the people in Gauze that he actually mentioned, these are shits he said to niggas' faces before. So y'all shouldn't even be mad that he said it on a burner account. Only person who should be mad is Max, because I can't defend that promiscuous womanizer shit. I can't defend that shit. You feel me? I can't defend that one, nigga. You was wilding with that shit. You was wilding. You know, I'm just happy that he didn't hurt himself, because Lord knows I ain't gonna lie. If I was in Tae's shoes in that situation, and I was getting beat on for 3 years and hate, and then now this situation happened, which caused me to get even a greater amount of hate. Then the Kai thing happened with Streamer University, and then you know what I'm saying. On my soul, if I didn't have IRL friends, I don't know if he has IRL friends or not. I don't know what his life is IRL outside of 5 Star Com. But if I was in Tae's shoes and I didn't have IRL friends or family or anybody close to me to lean on in this dark time of measure, Lord, like, that's probably what I would have did. I'm not gonna lie. So he's taking it very well. I don't know if he has anybody supporting him that's making him feel like to keep going and to stay positive. If he doesn't, he is super strong, and I commend him for that, because a lot of people can't take this type of heat that he is getting and would have been did something to themselves. And so I want to say I'm proud of him for that. I'm proud of him for keeping his chin high, chest out, and keep walking even through all the hate. That is going to train him for so much, and hopefully, you know what I'm saying, I hope this situation doesn't like cause him to not achieve his dreams in future and doesn't grow big one day. I know it seemed like it right now with him being blackballed by everybody, but eventually it's going to blow over. You're going to make a name for yourself. Yeah, people are going to mention it, you know what I'm saying, but that's just a part of the internet digital footprint. Work past it. Work so hard and build so much past that shit that niggas can't even keep trying to use that to bring you down because you're so high above it. You feel me? Yeah, Tay. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, yeah, yes. Lock in, man. Lock in, man. For real.